And the hilarious thing to me is like, whoa, history lesson. Who developed gunpowder? The Chinese people. And you're gonna tell a Chinese American that he can't hold a gun and stand up for his two-way? Get out of here, liars, walk away. While he's like, dude, what the hell? Hey, what's up you guys? So I'm coming at you with another video in my MVRCK series, making videos really controversial kinda. And today we got a kind of fun one here. We're talking about two-way, cancel culture, conservatives, Asian Americans conservatives being silent, and hashtag Austin Tong. Look him up, we're gonna into it, and let's get into it. But of course, first and foremost, if you're new to my channel, what up, my name is Mitch, MVRCK Mitch, hey Mitch, all the Mitches, and pretty much I love talking about what I'm talking about, so current events, reviews, and pop culture within the scope of entertainment, culture, and purpose. So again, I like talking about what I'm talking about. In the last video, I talked about social political stuff, so if Filipinos should leave the Democratic Party, check that video out. And I also talk about TV reviews. Last thing I saw was Warrior Nun. Be sure to check that out. I didn't like it from a Catholic point of view. So again, check that out, and as you are finishing this video. Okay, so I picked up this story from Campus Reform. It's about Austin Tong from Fordham University, and pretty much he got canceled, or in the process of being canceled from his university, because he posted a picture on his Instagram of David Dorn supporting that, which is a black officer, retired, who died, passed away during the riots in this couple past months, and so he wanted to show support. And then he showed additional support by posting a picture in his backyard with his own rifles, with a caption of "Don't tread on me," and it's in his response to also the anniversary of Tiananmen Square. And so he's getting canceled at because people, his university, his peers, whatever, decided that it was hate speech or whatever, and it's dumb. This shouldn't be news, but we are talking about it because this is how things are crazy. But again, I like talking about this because again, it's touching upon everything that I like talking about on this channel. You know, cancel culture, conservative talking points, and of course Asian Americans. And so I think this is a good story to talk about, and you know, it just needs to talk about. So I'll tie into the interview that he had with at Campus Reform, and then we'll go from there.
And you're under fire now. For people that haven't read the story, can you give just a description of what happened so people can hear?
So basically, I posted two Instagram posts, one of which is Officer David Dorn, who was unfortunately killed, and I was not happy with that, so I posted that. And what happened was the next day on Instagram, posted about myself in my backyard with my legally owned AR-15. And I posted that in remembrance of what happened 31 years ago to democratic activists in China, and why that event tells us in America and tells people around the world why people should be armed, why we should be grateful in this country we have the Second Amendment to protect ourselves from government and keep them in check. But the school and the mobs, the bad people, I call them the bad people, they connected that, they reported me to the school, and the school maliciously connected the two posts as I'm racist and I'm threatening. But I assure everyone I never threaten anyone, and that's just ridiculous, and it's infringement upon my free speech and the school's own policy. The school's own policy of free code. I don't know what that is.
Can you touch on that a little bit more, on what the university is telling you that you have to do? Because I think that's another part of this.
Well, they said first of all, they charged me with two things, which is hate crime bias. I don't even know what bias is. And the second thing is intimidation, threatening. I didn't threaten anyone. And my punishments were I'm banned from campus, but they were so nice. I can take online courses. They're so nice. And I have to take inclusion courses, mandatory inclusion courses. I call it political re-education. And I have to write an apology letter to the university. But to be fair, they said they won't publish it. It's just to them, you know, but how nice of them. But that's the thing. I have to accept those terms by the 23rd or face suspension or expulsion. But let's see what happens.
So I'll link the video below. You can look into more of the interview and what is the process, what's going on after getting all this stuff, because it gets real stupid that like the campus police had to go at his place at 10 p.m. at night, kind of like interrogation. He got a call from the dean talking about like, hey, if you cancel all of this, if you like delete the picture, we won't go with this. And then he's like, you know what? I didn't do anything wrong. So he's willing to go and escalate this, right? And you know the university is like saying like, okay, well this violates things like hate crimes and like intimidation and all this stuff, and like you need to attend like diversity training. You're telling an Asian American person to attend these diversity trainings, whatever. So we're whining a little bit. If he actually wrote something that was intimidating, like I'm gonna shoot people, that definitely, obviously there's shooting on campus and that needs to be warranted and looked into. But if the cops or the campus police talked to him and he said this guy was not a threat and all his posts wasn't anything that red flags, and you can honestly look into the context of things, okay? So supporting David Dorn, right, and then supporting Two-Way. Like, how is this shouldn't be controversial, but I guess, again, like it is, right? This story is kind of ongoing, right? This is still pretty fresh and things are going into it, and I'm liking that he is standing up for what he posted, right? And, you know, and a lot of people are showing him support, you know, Campus Reform and other people through like GoFundMe, because if he does look into like suing the school, you know, it's just a matter of like, hey, this is unfair. And like, this kind of reminds me of actually Caitlin Bennett, because she's a Kent State gun girl, and so like he's kind of like the Fordham like gun guy. And so it was one thing about like with the Caitlin Bennett thing, you know, like she did it on campus and all that stuff. He did it in the backyard. This is his home, this is his gun, this is everything, and it wasn't anything controversial, right? So again, this is more like the initial stages of looking into this, and I'm going to stay up to date as far as what's going on, because this is interesting. Because let's break it down. I mean, like if we are talking about like the Chinese virus and Asian Americans being attacked over the coronavirus, right? And then, you know, that's racist, right? You know, you want to call it that racist because you're treating these people as victims, right? But now you have someone who is standing up for Two-Way, something like conservative, and now you want to attack it and silence it. Like, oh, okay, so it's not racist when he's a victim, but you can definitely put it like, put him down because he's talking about conservative talking points. So I get it, right? And the hilarious thing to me is like, whoa, history lesson. Who developed gunpowder? The Chinese people. And you're gonna tell a Chinese American that he can't hold a gun and stand up for his Two-Way? Get out of here, liars, walk away. While he's like, dude, what the hell? So I guess in my final point here is that, you know, I don't know if this guy was conservative, and if he wasn't conservative at this point, you know, he is now. Like, you just made him conservative because he is now fighting because he didn't do anything wrong. Like, he is like half suspended. He can't even go to campus like for these things. And it's again, it's like cancel culture. It is stupid. Again, this should not have been anything. Like, if you went into like like I said, if this was someone who was actually a red flag, like obviously look into it because it poses a danger. But if you within context can figure out, okay, he just posted about David Dorn and he posted thing about like and he posted a picture about like, don't tread on me. And that's another thing that's stupid, right? Like, there are people, there's Antifa using that, don't tread on me, and actually saying things like, we will tread on you, right? That, how fascistic is that, right? And so it's just so stupid. Like, we're even talking about this, all right? Like, the university's like, okay, well, we see the university could have dropped this, right? And be like, oh, well, okay, we saw like there was red flags, some people addressed it, but we're not going to process this any further because, you know, there's nothing really wrong. But like, they want to have him take diversity courses. Dude, what the hell? This is stupid, because obviously, you know, it is leftist indoctrination in schools and academia, like blah 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 blah, right? But like, I'm hoping like something good comes out of this, and I'm hoping other people will learn more about this story and like support Austin Tong, because he, like, again, he's the real American here, right? He's supporting Two-Way. He's the person who is using his free speech, not using it in a bad way. He is supporting a black officer, he's supporting 2A, and he's just supporting his American way of life. And he is way more American than I would say a lot of other people. So yeah, I mean, good story, looking into it more, and again, this was a really fun story for me just because it was hitting everything that I wanted to talk about, like with cancel culture and Asian American conservatives. So yeah, with that said, Filipino exit, flex it, hashtag walkawation, hashtag exit, Asian exit. And so see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. You can follow me on Instagram at HeyMitchMitch. You can follow me at my joint Instagram at It's Mandatory Fun, where I do other videos for my friend Jen. I also have a partner, Maverick Mitch. You can follow me there. And then see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace, peace, peace. Be with you.
I ain't feeling lonely, and I wanna admit it's time to end the ride. Fading it too slowly with those guns.